Well, I'll do a small introduction about our company first. And our company's name is Heiko International. We were founded in 1984. And our business is mainly trading with the US and the EU markets. And our specialty, of course, is making plush toys. And however, we have also had previous experience with other materials such as plastic and metals. We cover the steps from receiving the original design from a customer to shipping the mass quantity products to design locations for distribution. And our main function is to create and translate a 2D image into a 3D plush toy. And after the completion of the prototype of the plush toy, the prototype will be used for a master copy for factories to reproduce for mass production.
Okay, let me just stop, pause a little bit. Okay, you guys recognize some of these big brands? These are all multinational brands in there. Walmart's P1 Import, Costco, everybody knows that M&M Chocolate, Smith, Esther, Loblaw is a big one in Canada, and Barnes & Noble.
And these are all our customers, and we've worked with them in the past and supplied them with all these plush figurines and toys.
Exactly. Good company to work for, Heiko. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and the main reason we are here today is because we're looking for 2 marketing interns. And since our creation of Spud the Bear, we've been looking around, and this is because recently we've just begun this brand, of course, and as Philip said, we're not too far with developing it yet, and we've been around going for 6 months. And for the role of the internship, we're looking for people who have experience with Photoshop and editing programs such as AI. I'm sorry, I haven't done a speech in a while, guys. I must apologize.
You're doing great, you're doing good, yes.
And of course, AI and Photoshop. And the responsibilities of the internship will be working closely with Heiko's team on creating and developing future products and content for social media platforms. And from this internship, you'll be able to learn the ins and outs of a plush toy company and how a plush toy is made and mass produced to other licensees.
Right.
And Spud the Bear now will show you a short teaser of our animation.
Make sure.
Thank you for watching, guys. As you can see, this is only a short teaser, and the full episode you guys can find it on Facebook. You guys just have to search for Spud the Bear on Facebook, and you'll be able to see our first pilot episode. And of course, please like, follow, and share. And if anyone is interested in joining our internship program, please feel free to speak to either me, my colleagues, our CEO Thomas, or Doris, our other colleague. And also finally, we would like to thank Philip for allowing us this time on stage to present our Spud the Bear project. Thank you very much.
Very good. Let's give a big hand to Andy. Now let's put our hands together for Dagmar Butker.
Thank you.
There you go. You want there or you want up here?
I would like to stand here so that you can see me
Okay.
and the photos that I put together. So my talk is about innovation. And thanks for this great introduction. Could it have been better? Because it's about what can you do to prepare yourself for a career in this digital future that is all ahead of you. So we are living in an age of disruption. And that's a great thing, because it will bring a lot of progress into this world. I've just observed you're already on the phones, checking out the social media presence of the company that we just saw before. So we are living in an age of disruption. That's a good thing, because it will bring progress. progress to all our daily chores. Like you can book, I don't have to tell you, you can book anything online. You can do your banking online. You can do legal advice. You get legal advice now online. So what about you coming into a field and an employer that is not seeing this trend? So what about travel agencies? What about banking that don't do good digital banking processes? Will they be able to employ you for a long time? Will your skills there, that you learn there, bring you to the future? What will you need in order to survive in this digital age? Medicine. Who's studying medicine here?
One young lady over
Yes.
Jessica, could you stand up, please?
Jessica,
Jessica, please.
your field will see so much change with big data. The 3D printing, I don't know whether you know, but the materials that are going to come out from there are going to bring us very individualized treatments. And the nanobots, have you heard about nanobots? They will bring just such a great, tremendous change to our treatment of cancer, other illnesses that we have to face in this time. But what about if hospitals or doctors are not seeing this and they employ you, Jessica, afterwards? And you have to bring that into the mindset of doctors. So it's about you finding a role in this digital age in companies that maybe not see these trends or haven't responded quickly enough. So how can you actually stay in? What skills do you need in order to drive your future? Any ideas?
AI, artificial
Yeah, I think
intelligence.
we should have the growth mindset and we should have the spirit of study.
The spirit of?
Of study.
The spirit of study, that's a good one. And I also like the growth mindset.
We should have the enough openness to face the future uncertainty.
Yeah, openness. Yeah, what else? Yeah?
One should need a broad study outside one discipline. Maybe going in two disciplines would be better for the future.
Yes, getting outside of your, they call it silos, yeah? So getting outside and learning. But you've done the first step, you're here. The Small Talk Circle was founded exactly on this idea. It's about getting you out of your campus, your university, your study place, and get to know and network with other people from other universities. And when I look at your faces, you are, of course, very diverse here. You come from different regions, different areas, different countries, different nationalities, different cultures. By getting this diversity into your life already now, you get prepared for something that these are the top 20 skills, and it's about people. I'll let you some time. So the World Economic Forum is currently gathering in Davos, and they produce really good studies about what is key for the future, and they're discussing right now digital transformation in the world. I would like to go to the next slide and show you there are 6 mindset skills where it's about opening your mindset, what you talked about, growth mindset, getting into a complex world and not just thinking linear, but thinking what else is connected with it. So what you were talking about, silo thinking, is no longer asked for. It's good for experts, but if you want to have a career, it's this complex problem solving, jumping from one field to another and being able to connect the things and connect the dots differently. This is what is going to help you solve complex problems. Critical thinking. What do you think about that? Would you have thought that critical thinking is going to be majorly important? So critical thinking, where can you train that? Where can you actually challenge the status quo? Because challenging the status quo is what Steve Jobs did. At the time when there was no iPhone, people were actually, he was saying, I want everything on a platform, on one little phone. He was challenging the status. This is complex thinking plus critical thinking. And have you seen place number 6, emotional intelligence? This is key when it comes to innovation. You have to put yourself into the shoes of a client or a possible client and think, what could he else need? What is there that he desires next to getting a product? Because it's customer experience, his emotional something. So, people skills. How can you learn people skills? Practice.
Practice to communicate with others.
Communicate with others.
Communication, I think,
Yeah.
is important.
Internships could help you get together with a world workforce that you don't know, but also participating in teams, organizing TEDx talks at the City University. I did mine last November, and there was a great team of Hong Kong City U students also organizing the event. Or there are other events that you can participate in. Thereby, you learn to, align with others, get the target going, and solve conflicts. So this is what I want you to learn. So I would like to leave you with the quotes of these. You can't see it. This is Elon Musk in the middle. He says one of the really tough things is figuring out what questions to ask. Because if you don't ask the right questions, you will never get to the answers that will give you the success answers. Or the biggest risk is not taking any risk. How many risks do you take per day? How often do you get out of the comfort zone of your life? How often do you take yourself accountable for your life, and how often do you blame others? Because this is what it is. It's also taking the risk of doing a step outside of your comfort zone and doing something new. Because that's how you learn to take risks and learn how to think more complex. Because also Jack Ma, once in your life, try something. Work hard at something, try to change. Nothing bad can happen. So I would like you to see life and career in a professional environment as a roller coaster, and I don't remember the name for this thing. Ferry wheel? Yeah. Because it has everything in it. And you won't change, but you will evolve. So I wish you all the good success in your careers, and I hope that you will have inspiration from this talk. And if you want to learn more about the skills of the future, come and talk to me. Maybe we can sort something out. Thank you very much. Yes.
About the skills that
Yeah.
you show in the top 10 important skills. It was, how do you actually define complex thinking? Because if we are coming to an age of AIs, right? And
Yeah.
collective thinking is all rage, and we don't really need people to, but I think maybe 10 or 15 more years later, we don't really need people to think anymore, because they can think for themselves. So.
Okay, so you think AI is going to take over the world?
But no, but then I think they will have the cognitive ability to replace a lot of thinking in
Yes,
business.
I agree, and what I read is that it's true, yet there's complexity is arising with the challenges of this world, and some of the connections AI can do, and the quantum computers are amazing, what I hear from that study. It's just that we will have to watch out to which rules we apply those computers and those AI devices. And to make sure that we are reasonable. So what is reasonable? Some of the people will say the reason is not going to be replaced by AI. So this is where you young people will be able to distinguish and put the machine to the work.
So the ability to put AI into work is what complexity.
No, complex thinking is also connecting different fields. He was actually trying to find a way to replace the bag. And then he went to a place where wood was carved, wood was cut. And he saw a cyclone whereby the, how do you
That's
call it?
vacuum.
The vacuumer was actually taking the dust out of the place. So Dyson actually saw there the first time a cyclone, and he replaced it. So it's this thinking of associating things in a completely unconventional way. That's what, in a large sense, complexity is what is understood with complex thinking, and thereby creating something completely new, completely different. Okay, I think Bernice is ready. So, welcome, Bernice.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right. Seems like only 10% of you are alive or awake. All right. So my hope in every talk that I do is that I can inspire and inform. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All right, and then you'll get food at the end, so I get that credit, right? So on the back of what Dagmar has said about the skills that you need to become effective in the future, in an era of disruption, I wanted to build upon that. And I will give you some practical tools and tips that you can use after you leave this room tonight, okay? So that is me, and today we're going to be talking about networking and how to make a great first impression. So I very much hope that at the end of our 15 minutes together, you'll be able to network here tonight at Small Talk Circles really effectively, because I'll be watching you, okay? I'm gonna be watching you, okay? So who am I? You probably saw this on the description of my bio, but I am professionally now an etiquette consultant and trainer. I have personally taught over 1,700 people. They come from 23 countries around the world. I've spent 7 years in human resources management, very similar to Dagmar. Most recently at Fidelity, which is the largest asset management firm in the world. And prior to that, I spent 3 years in product marketing, and I have degrees from Yale and Cornell. But why is that important? Why is that important? Why am I here today? Well, those are pictures of me, okay? So this little cutie was me. I was probably around 4 or 5 years old, playing piano. My parents came from Hong Kong, and both came from very poor backgrounds. But their dream after immigrating to Canada was to give me a good education and a good job. Does that sound familiar? Any of you? They tell you work hard, study hard. Is that you? Raise your hand. Do you connect with that? Yeah. If you do not connect with that, raise your hand. Okay, everybody connects with me in some way. That's fantastic. So anyway, I was a good little Chinese kid, and I did study hard, and I did practice my piano, and I did eventually pick up other musical instruments, and I took on leadership roles in high school. And the outcome of that was, woohoo, look at this. I ended up in one of the best universities in the world, Yale, because I was a public school kid. And my parents were very Chinese, okay? They were very Chinese. I did not eat guacamole until I was 14 years old. Didn't even know what an avocado was, okay? It was culture shock for me, okay? I just showed up in like flannel pants and t-shirt every day, and everybody else looked really, really nice, okay? But I got through Yale, and the big one, I had several wake-up calls, but one that I will share with you is when I was looking for a job. I was in my final year, and some of us who had gone through many rounds of interviews were invited to a very nice restaurant to eat with the partners at a management consulting firm. And I called my mom up, and back in those days, there's no mobile phone, okay? So you had to call, and every minute cost a lot of money. And I said, Mom, oh my God, they're going to invite me to this fancy place to eat. And she said, you know what, Aloy, for the Cantonese, you know what I mean? It's like, daughter, good for you, enjoy. And that was probably the worst advice ever, because, as I'm sure maybe you were savvy than me, that was an opportunity for the employers to judge, was I client ready? Did I know how to handle my silverware? Did I know how to have a conversation with people who are older than me? Did I know how to speak up and have an opinion in a social setting? And I had none of those things. Let me tell you, I had none of those things. And I did not get the job. I did not get the job. The lesson here is, why is etiquette important? Because people say, who cares about that now? It matters because your dream job could be at stake. And think about that. Your dream job could be at stake. Now back then, my dream job, or what I thought was my dream job, was worth $70,000 US a year. So you could put a tag on that, you could put a price tag on it. But then you think about the emotional and the spiritual reasons of gosh, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I couldn't be in the company that I wanted to be in. And you think about the knock-on effect that has on the rest of your life. But I'm going to leave you today with 7 ingredients of a great introduction. And we're going to practice them. So the first thing is when you meet somebody for the first time, please stand up. Why is that? Just call out? Because it shows respect. All right, so I'd like everybody to stand up. Oh, you didn't know this was going to be interactive. Okay, yes. Number 1, stand up. Number 2, so when you are meeting somebody for the first time, I suggest that you have excellent posture. To me, excellent posture shows that you are confident, that you are competent, that you are grounded, that you are there, not just like, here I am, okay, I'm not sure, I'm kind of bored, I'm kind of hungry. It's not that. If you want to be a leader, if you want to be noticed, then you need to stand with, a certain amount of weight. So my invitation to you now is to stand up with good posture, right? Feet squarely below your hips, hands at your sides, just relaxed, shoulders back and relaxed, and you just imagine that there is a helium balloon pulling the top of your head up, and in contrast, you are kind of pushing some energy from your hips through to the ground, okay? So that way you're kind of extending yourself upwards. For those of you who have had dance class, you know what I mean. There's this, you'll grow maybe 1 inch, and you'll lose a belly. You're all too young to know that, but so there's that. Number 2. Number 3, eye contact, please. Please maintain eye contact. I'd say at least 70 or 80% of the time. Now, if you're meeting somebody very, very important, like your future employer, or they have brilliant blue eyes, and you're like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Don't stare, okay? Now, if you ever feel a little bit nervous or you're not sure what to say, then I have something called a safety zone. The safety zone is a spot right here in between your eyebrows, above your nose. And there's like a little triangle that you can draw here. Allow your eyes to drift in that safety zone so you'll feel safe, right? Even when you feel nervous. And the funniest thing is, when you look at another person's safety zone, it will appear that you are looking in their eyes, even when you are not. I've tried this so many times. Let's try this now. I invite you to look at the person next to you, and you're going to sort out who's going to be the guesser and who's going to be the looker, and you're going to switch. And you're like, are you looking at my eyes? No, I think you're looking at my eyes. You're looking at my eyes. Oh my God. Okay, so do that for 15 seconds. Okay, look at these people. My God. Okay, when you turn to somebody, please turn shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee. Yes. All right, I need your attention now. Did it work? Could you figure it out? All right, so it's hard for me to get feedback, but you can tell me later, did it work or did it not? Next, smile. Please smile. When I teach little kids, I help them guess, I let them guess. How many muscles does it take to smile? How many muscles does it take to frown? You're all grown up. You can guess. Which one takes more effort? Frowning. The lesson that you need to know is that it takes less effort and it's more easy to smile, so do it more, okay? And it makes you seem approachable, friendly, and fun, and people want to work with people who are friendly, approachable, and fun. Good handshake. We don't have time to learn a proper handshake, but come up and shake hands with me after my talk, and then I'll give you feedback. For free, so you should do it, okay? You should do it. Next, have a clear, confident voice, right? When you say your name, say it, first name, last name, and it's audible and it's clear. There you go. That's number 7. So, here's the test, everybody. What are the 7 ingredients? Eye contact, posture, standing up, Smiling, shaking hands. Yes. Eye contact, smile, handshake, clear confident voice. Hello, my name is. Now, young people in the room, let me draw your attention to the hello. Hello is formal. It's not hey, hi, yo. It's not that. So in business, please use a more formal hello. It's better to be more formal than casual. And your first and last name. Take full ownership of that. There's probably lots of Bens in here. There's probably, maybe just one Bernice, but use your first name and last name when introducing yourself. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you use your 7 ingredients tonight. 7 ingredients. Thank you very much.
Wow, is some 15 minutes. It's actually 20 minutes, but you did a great job. Now, just picking up on Dagmar and Bernice's point, okay? Don't worry about me. I'm not going to give you a speech. I need 2 more minutes to wrap this thing up. Trust me, we did not rehearse. I didn't know what they were going to talk about. But coincidentally, small talk circles is exactly what Dagmar and Bernice just told you in the little speech. Now, I have some camels here. Camels, do you remember what I told you 6-7 years ago? LAST, lasting impression. When you meet someone, like Bernice was saying that you need to form a lasting impression. And I invented this thing myself. I actually trademarked it, and don't copy it. It's trademarked. LAST, L is what? Looking good. A, attitude right. S, smelling great. You smell good. And T, talking smart. LAST, okay, it's exactly what these 2 lovely ladies were talking about. And they were talking about people's skills, basically all people's skills. We didn't talk about GPA, did we? We didn't talk about study hard, and get a good exam result. But I think most of you guys, first, second year, maybe you don't understand it, but by the time you get to 3rd or 4th year, you better understand this. You want to go out and get a job. It's not your GPA. Please remember that. It's not your GPA. It's not how good you are. It's a student. It's how smart you are during interview. Eye contact, all the 7 ingredients, listed there. And a firm handshake, okay? Talking smart. Otherwise, I'm so sorry to say that, you will be, maybe you get a job, but you'll be stuck there somewhere in the back and you'll never get up to be the leader of the company, sit in the corner office directing a company. So I'm going to stop right here. But if you want to go home tonight, you go home tonight, obviously, there was a lot of things there, on the charts. But just remember one thing. LAST. Is it okay? What's L? Anybody? Looking good. A? Attitude right. S? Smelling great. And talk smart. Okay. It's basically, what Dagmar and Bernice were talking about tonight. Now we're going to...